right. Welcome aboard.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, not you. I'm sorry, Mr. Dehne.
Sam Dehne, the Encyclopedia of Reno Government. Sam, that's me as a nice chortle over there. I like that. Sam is an Air Force Academy graduate. I spent many years flying fighters and bombers, defending our nation against enemies inside of the borders and outside of the borders. And I've found through my 20 years of government, philanthropical government oversight, watchdogging here in Reno area, I found we have as many enemies inside of the borders as outside of the borders. When I was flying my B-52 bombers with 20 megatons of bombs strapped between my legs, I never really had as much animosity against the enemy, the purported enemy, as I have against many of the people that and entities I've run up against here in this community. And by the way, I'm not going to talk about the terrible proliferation of pathetic career politicians that's permeating our community, and I'm not going to talk about the vote-stealing traitors today, and I'm also not going to talk about the dysfunctional Reno media. At any rate, that was not the media, ladies and gentlemen, but anyway, but it sort of sounded like them. At any rate, oh, by the way, I'm glad to see Mr. Cashel is back. He was not here last time. But that doesn't really matter if you think about it. Mr. Cashel is just another member of the city council. He has no more power, he has a little bit more ambiance maybe in his name, the mayor, but as far as anything pragmatically speaking of logic, he is no different than Mr. Dortch or Ms. Zadra or anybody else. He has no more strength or power than the rest. He goes down and he puts the flag up for people and signs these things and maybe marches in front of the band, but all he is a figurehead. And I'm not trying to be critical of Mr. Cashel there. I'm just trying to make the point of the pragmatic, logical aspect that every member of that city council is the same as every other member. By the way, some people wonder if Sam ever gets anything done. Some people wonder if Sam has any pull in this community. Some people wonder if anybody respects Sam in this community. Well, because of the pathetic, I wasn't going to talk about them, because of the pathetic media's fear of Sam Dehne, you don't hear as much about what Sam has to say as he really has to say. Yesterday, Sam was instrumental in the hiring of a new county manager, one of the most important positions in the community. Sam Dehne was actually more than instrumental. He was the person who got Mr. John Slaughter selected as the new county manager. Why do I say that? Because Sam was the only person, the only citizen who went to the podium and told the county commission to hire that man. And by the way, if you reflect back a year or so ago, Sam was the only person who ever came to the podium and recommended the Reno city manager. And surely you were obeying Sam's command to hire Mr. Klinger. Well, there might have been just a tiny bit of sarcasm in my statement.